No, I'm letting you get prepared. I was just letting you get prepared. Go ahead and get your. It's great because when I'm talking, you guys your heads are down like this.
Doug,
Good morning.
Good morning,
Jeff.
Will DeSean Jackson play Sunday?
I'm optimistic that he'll play. We're going to get through today again. He's had a great week of practice. He's been limited on the injury report all week, so we'll get through today and tomorrow, and we're optimistic that he can play.
If he goes, will he be full go, or will you have to kind of manage him back into game action?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we'll have to sort of monitor, as we've always said too, the guys that dress, will play. So we'll see.
Is Timmy Jernigan in a similar situation?
Similar situation. He's in that same boat. He's had a good week of preparation, good week of practice. So again, get through today. Another good day today, and we'll see where he's at.
Who won't play?
Oh, I'm not going to say that just yet.
I mean, Bradley and Peters
Let's see.
practice this week, so.
Jason Peters, Nigel are two that obviously right now won't play. Everybody else has a legitimate shot. Yeah.
Does Avante step right back to the nickel spot?
Yes. Yeah, he's had another good week of prep. He's actually practiced now the last week and a half. So yeah, he's been doing really well.
So Sproles has a chance to play?
Sproles is in that same. That's the other one with Timmy and DeSean. Yeah, get through these next 2 days.
Jordan Howard obviously is playing against his former team. There can be some emotion behind that. What have you seen from him this week?
I've seen the guy each week's been focused, and this is really hasn't been any different for him. The way he's gone about his business, the way he's prepared. He's had a good week of practice, and I know he'll be excited. See some of his teammates and friends, and but at the same time, once it's teed up, it's football, and but he'll be ready.
In this setting last week, you were saying Sharif Miller just can't really get on the field because of the depth chart there at the end. Now you add Avery, you have 7 DNs. How do you see that group kind of getting their playing time split up?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's a challenge, to get them all on the field. It's a good group, it's a deep group. Sharif is still learning, and he's getting a lot of reps, not only with the practice squad guys or the service team guys during practice, but he's still learning. He's learning, the game. He's learning the defense, and so it's tough. I mean, it's
in terms of Avery,
yeah.
In terms of finding playing time for Avery.
Oh, for Avery?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Avery. I think anytime you make a move like that for a player, you got to try to find a spot to get him on the field and incorporate him into your, whether it's offense. Last year with Golden Tate, and obviously this year with Avery. He's worked in. He's practiced this week, and we'll find a role for him.
Hey, Doug, you saw Chicago obviously back in January, but there was a change of coordinator, Vic moving on to Denver. Is it different at all? Similar? Very similar?
It's the personnel is similar, same guys, minus a couple, but in the structure is relatively the same. There are some Chuck Pagano tweaks with this defense. This defense is this defense plays fast. They play hard. They got a great front four. I feel like again this secondary is another good test for our receivers. But it's one of those defenses where they're not necessarily going to show you a lot of things or do a lot of things because they are so good, and they just want to line up and play football. And it's a really good test for us.
Would it also be like a good test, obviously, for Andre Dillard? I mean, if there are probably times in the game where Khalil Mack will be lined up against him and everything.
Yeah, I would expect that in this game. We're anticipating that. They do move him around, on both edges and also inside. Is something that is a little different with them. Just trying to utilize his strengths, as a pass rusher. But Andre has played well the last 2 games. This will be probably the biggest challenge, and the biggest test for him, in his young career. But he's had a great week. He prepares, he studies the tape, and he'll be ready.
Is it fair to say, Doug, that you usually leave tackles out on an island? I mean, I know you'll give help every once in a while, but what's the kind of offensive philosophy behind that?
Well, without giving our game plan away, I think in general, yeah, most tackles typically do play on an island. The way protection schemes are, you know, four-man slides one way or the other away from the tackle typically. And so we ask a lot of our guys. That's why we have a Jason Peters, you know, Pro Bowl left tackle, and you got Lane over there. Big V's played and has played well there, and Andre's played well. And so they know that. They know they're going to be on an island. But sometimes, too, you get into game plan weeks, and it could change, you know. And then it's all about respect on who's on that side of the ball, you know. And these guys, the Bears, have, you know, 2-3 really good edge rushers, and we got to account for them. And knowing where 52 is, you have to sometimes take resources and put a back over there, put a tight end over there, and they know that. So, you know, they defensively can change up their scheme to anticipate that kind of thing.
Doug, in mention, go ahead.
I was just wondering what the benefits of that are. But what does that free up for you when you have guys that are, you know, when you're not?
If they can go just one-on-one out there?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a general philosophy for you. So
Yeah, I
just
mean,
what it
if you
opens
can
up
just
for.
say, hey, tackle, go handle the defensive end, and we're okay. Obviously, you can have more people in your route, you know, in your passing concepts, and that's a benefit there. It gives your quarterback a few more options. You know, if you don't have that capability, then now you're down to, you know, 3-man concepts or sometimes even 2-man concepts in your passing game.
Doug, in explaining the lack of movement before the trade deadline, you mentioned getting guys back from injury. How much do you look at that? I mean, was that sort of your pitch to Howie as to, okay, I feel confident once we get these guys back that we'll be where we are? And do you look at the first half of the season and think, okay, that's a significant reason why we are 4-4?
Yes.
Okay. Can you expound on that?
It's a long question. You know, it is something that we look at. We've obviously the first 8 games we've battled through injury, as you guys know, and you keep looking at that injury report, and I keep getting those updates, and guys are, you know, slowly coming back. And you know, we got Darby full-time last week, Jalen Mills a couple weeks ago, and the secondary, you know, again, you know, Timmy's been out there working, DeSean's coming back, you know, guys like that are working themselves. Avante's working himself back. And so when you look at it and you look at where we are, and beginning, I guess, to get healthy, our bye is next week. Yeah, that plays a big part in it because we are confident in the guys we have, and you know, I just don't think you go and make a change just to change. I think you got to continue to coach the players you have, knowing you got guys coming back. I mean, you know, Cravon LeBlanc is still sitting there and working, and guys like that. So very comfortable and confident with the roster and where we are.
In your post-game speech, you made a point of saying that you're home for a while now. As you looked at the schedule before the season, did you think if you could get past October, that there were home games there to kind of build up?
Yeah, I think when the schedule comes out, you always look at a couple of things. You know, your primetime games, obviously, and then you know you're going to play 8 on the road and 8 at home. But where are those 8 road games? And then you look up and you got 3 on the road and who they are. And so I think you're right when you say, hey, you know, you look at the month of October and that was going to be a tough stretch for us, and you know we're still kind of in that. This is that tail end of that, you know, stretch, and these teams that we're playing are playoff caliber teams, and that's what happens when you're a good team the year before. You're going to get schedules like this, so. You know, you look at it and say, hey, if we can weather this storm, and there's like blocks, you know, and you try to break it up, you know, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and so we're kind of at the end of that second quarter right now, and you know, it hasn't been what we expected or what we liked, but at the same time, we've kind of weathered our storm, and hopefully now, you know, we can make a push these next 8 games.
You mentioned the bye coming up. As a coach, all the guys who may be there, maybe aren't there ready to play, how much do you factor that strategy as saying maybe I'll sit the guys till after the bye, or is it just a medical thing if the medical says?
I think it's a medical thing. I think if they're available to play, they play. I don't think you can wait, you know, every game's too important, you know, to win, and especially where we are at, you know, with our win-loss record. So if they're able to play, play them.
Doug, do you think just the threat of DeSean is beneficial enough for the offense, or does he have to be involved so defenses are honest and don't think he's just a decoy out there?
I think anytime DeSean's on the field, you know, defenses have to account for that speed and his receiving ability. Whether or not he's the primary, you know, on the route could be a different story. But I think, you know, the respect of what he gets defensively, you know, whether it takes two guys to defend him or if they're going to just put one guy on him. So, yeah, it definitely it helps us, I think, as an offense when he's on the field because he's such a dynamic guy, speed guy, and really good leader for our young guys that are also playing at this time. Thank you.